Hi there.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Evening. Afternoon.
I don't even know what time it is.
I have no idea.
And maybe I should talk on my microphone.
Maybe. That would help.
It's the day after. Happy day after Easter.
Happy
everyone.
day after Easter.
Our show is not sponsored in any way by any truck stop gas station from Texas.
Correct. Not at all. Now, why did we skip the intro, Father?
We skipped the intro because... Let me adjust my chair real quick.
Okay.
Because of a little thing called... I'm going to quote Jack Black here. Because of a little thing called MTV!
He said
MTV India. Yeah. Because MTV ruined music.
Did Jack Black actually say that about MTV?
He said that in the movie School of Rock, which was one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a great movie.
About kids ministry.
I love that movie.
It is, seriously. I watched that movie and I actually went to tears because of the impact it had on the lives of kids. And I thought, this is how kids ministry should be run.
Absolutely.
There's no spiritual component to that movie, but the way that he sees the value in kids is amazing.
You could put a spiritual value on that movie, I'd say.
Can do
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, it's so good. Like, it's speaking into kids' lives directly, like speaking to them how they speak, right?
Right.
Anyway.
Exactly. I'm so glad I got this cup from Schmuckies.
That's correct. Now, hey, do we want to... You made a new intro, didn't you?
I did. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to pretend none of this conversation ever happened.
Never did.
And also, we're waiting for more people to come in, and I doubt there's going to be a large viewership today, right now. Because
Absolutely.
Yesterday was Easter, and if you
Right.
work with kids in kids ministry,
Yeah.
then most people got today off. In fact, our special guest had to move his appointment because I don't want to tell him to come work on his day off after
Oh,
Easter.
no, it's the day after Easter. I bet you all the kids, pastors, kids ministers, you guys need a break. So if you're
Yeah.
tuning in, we won't be offended if you went and took a nap or something.
Right, because I want to go take a nap right now.
That's what we're doing after this,
I just want
yes.
to drink from my coffee cup that I got in Texas,
No, not sponsored by Texas.
and I want to take a nap. But no, we're going to do a show, Ben, because we
Right.
are committed.
Shows!
My dad once said, if you're thirsty, then go to the table. That's what he said.
I think that's what he said.
Okay, so we're going to play the brand new intro. Here's what happened. If you notice that, if you try to access our live show on YouTube and it says this show doesn't exist or it's blocked, it's because MTV India had this show called Splitsville 14.
Yeah.
It was like some MTV dudes and girls on the beach wannabe show, and they had this one intro that. So I used templates because I don't have a lot of time on my hands, and I used. Our original intro was a template that I took apart and rebuilt.
That we have the rights to.
And we have the rights to. And
We're allowed
every
to
week
do
I
it.
was having to go back and upload my license
Yeah.
to YouTube saying we have the rights.
Yeah.
And MTV India had to drop it. But every week it was called a visual claim. They claimed it and it blocked our video.
It's funny is every week we'd say we have the rights to it, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, look, you have the license right here." And then
Right.
the next week, "Oh wait, are you sure that they
Oh, wait.
still have it?"
And it was so annoying. I'm like,
They
I
may
don't want
not
to do
still
this to
have
our
it.
people anymore. I want people to be able to watch right away.
Yeah.
So I actually rebuilt an intro, and I'm going to kind of tweak a little bit because I noticed in editing, I guess I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but
Yes, you
it's
shot a
this
music
is our
video.
new intro.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to In My Head, Season 3. We are now on Episode 10. Day after Easter, Ben.
Day after Easter, I think if you ask me, I mean, I kind of like the new one.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it
I like
too.
the new one more.
I mean, it
Fun.
doesn't have all the fun sound effects, but we can add sound effects.
Right,
you know?
we can add some. I mean,
Like this one right here. Ready?
Yes. Oh, you turn. Oh, there you go. So you
Give
hold
me
on.
control back.
There you go. You get your control back.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's our new sound effect.
Hey, you know who's here?
Who's here?
John Thomas.
Hey, John Thomas. Johnny boy. He's not a boy anymore. He's a man. He's a
Yeah.
full-grown man. John
Absolutely.
Thomas and I went to high school together.
That's
and
right.
We caused a ruckus.
I've heard stories.
We literally said one time, "Let's walk through the neighborhood at 2 a.m." I don't know if that's exactly what we said, but we said, "Let's go around the neighborhood at 2 a.m. and just cause a ruckus." Let's mess with people's porches and scratch on their windows and sound like cats and I think the cops got called, but we weren't around. We didn't do anything bad or illegal. We were just being obnoxious.
Just cut. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Woohoo, John Thomas. John, I miss you, man. I want to catch up. You got to come to Sac, or I got to come to the desert or the swamp, wherever you live now. I think you live in North Dakota. But anyways, welcome to In My Head, and today we we're gonna just chill and we're gonna talk about post Easter from a kids ministry perspective. Post Easter, many people call.
Sorry.
We used to throw smoke bombs down the drains in the fire department going on looking for us on fire.
What
True fact.
do that for?
And fun fact, we weren't adult. We were still in high school when that happened. I was gonna say we were adults because that honestly, I would still do that to this day.
Well, no, you wouldn't.
Wouldn't I?
You might, but I don't know. Maybe
Schmucky's coffee.
Man, yeah, that's funny.
So we're gonna post Easter. Many churches call Easter Sunday Super Bowl Sunday of church services because you get a lot of creasters. You get a lot of people coming to church that on Easter it's a traditional thing to do.
Right.
And whether or not you like that or don't like that, here's the deal: when people walk through the doors of your church, you have an opportunity to show excellence, to show who Christ is, to be Ben, forgive, and all of you forgive my brain.
It's okay.
I feel
I'll
like there's
fix
words being like in a bingo machine, and every now and then it goes blah, and a word comes out like spatula.
Sure.
Right?
Well, so far you're doing good.
Okay, good. I lost 2 viewers. I just noticed when I did my word jumble.
You're not supposed to look at the view count. That's
I'm constantly looking at view count. My emotions rise and fall on how many people are watching it.
It's Easter.
Time.
Remember, let them take a break.
I know, but no. So when people come to the doors of the church, some people would say we do church as usual. We don't change a thing. And some people say we're going to blow the doors off and do amazing things. Well, I say do the best of your ability creatively. Do something a little bit different because Easter is a celebration of the greatest event that has happened in the history of mankind, and that's Resurrection Sunday.
Right.
And Jesus defeated death, and told us, hey, guess what? You can defeat death too. So making it really important to make it stick out in the minds of kids, I think, is a huge honor.
Yeah.
And it's a tremendous responsibility.
It's tough.
So we get a lot of visitors, and we have a lot of visitors yesterday. I don't know about you guys. We go to Destiny Christian Church in Rockland. On Easter Sunday, we combine our Easter Sunday with our preteen ministry.
Yeah.
And we had bounce houses. We had my friend Dale created a laser maze with like fog and lasers and like there's stuff to crawl through, like Mission Impossible status, and they found an egg, and we had a full show, a skit. I'm going to show you guys actually a little behind the scenes next week of something we did. It's a great idea. I got the idea from Jimmy Fallon. We're going to show a clip of that. We're going to talk about that next week. But it was a tremendous idea that just happened to work really, really well.
Yeah.
And so, Easter Sunday, the day after Easter, I just feel like sleeping all day because when you put everything you got into something, it's supposed to drain you. If you're not tired after Easter, then I'm willing to say then you didn't do it. You didn't do it right.
Yeah, which right? I feel like Easter is just tiring already as an event. Like it can, in a good way. It's so much fun.
Right.
Also, David Richter said that he had a bunch of visitors there. I'd be interested to hear at what Pastor David. What did you do? I don't know if you want to put it in the comments. David, give us like a breakdown.
Do you guys do something different, or do you do it the same? Because there's no right or wrong answer here. We just decide, hey, let's take that special day of the year and combine with preteen and do something like blow the doors off, type of thing. But that is not required.
No, but there's many ways to do.
Hey, if you're still on there, David, then tell us what you did. And by the way, Ben, I went to. I feel like I already said this.
Maybe.
How many weeks ago? Again, time is escaping my brain.
I'll just say it. I'll tell you if you did.
But I went to Vegas. I think it was last week.
You did not. So you did not share the story yet. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, and I got to spend some time with David and his team at Green Valley. I always want to say Garden Valley, but it's Green Valley.
Green Valley.
Christian Church and Christian Center. Christian Church. The Green Valley Center. Green Thumb of the Valley.
There you go. Green Valley Church.
I absolutely loved their church in Vegas there. So if you're in Vegas area, go talk to David. Go talk to the Richters because they are tremendous people.
They are.
Also, got to see a magic show and found this out. The magician that performs on the Vegas Strip also is an adult leader in Korea's. I was going to say David.
It's okay.
The Richters
You're getting there.
Children's Ministries there in Vegas. And I think that's tremendous, that someone that would be that successful would come in and say, you know what, kids are important.
That's good.
So words are coming out, Ben.
Yeah.
I'm not responsible, but we are on Twitch.
Yes, that's right. Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv/Muskimo_Joe. And that's the last time I'm going to mention it. And by the way, today's episode, this is something that hit me as I'm in my slumber after yesterday's services and Saturday's services and all that goodness, it all of a sudden hit me 2 months till summer camp. And I went, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. But I wanted to show you guys our summer camp promo because if you're in the Northern California, Nevada district, if you're anywhere in Nevada, I know, and this is such a long way to drive, but we are having summer camp. We have 2 summer camps, actually. And so there's a place to register, but check out our promo for it.
Hello. Are you excited for
Kids Summer Camp?
Good.
That's good.
Okay,
Now
when
to
I come
get you
back,
ready
I'm gonna go
for
to,
Kids
book.
Summer Camp.
watch this
I'm gonna
highlight
go
reel
to
about
the vault.
Kids Summer Camp.
Sure. We're muted.
Can you?
wow. Oh, really important. We've been experiencing multiple encounters with. To prepare yourself, it's really important to bring.
Summer camp is going to be amazing. We have a lot of really, really fun stuff. I want to bring up something David said. For the message, we told it from the point of view of the servant that got his ear chopped off, the soldier at the door of the cross, and Mary. That is really funny, David, because we had a skit, and again, we're going to share a little bit of that next week, but we had a skit that featured Ben as the person holding auditions for The Chosen, this TV series, The Chosen.
Yeah.
And we told the kids, we have all the actors who failed the auditions for The Chosen, including the janitor who has an aspiring actor but has a prosthetic ear that keeps falling off. And Ben, the casting director, said, oh, you know what you would play perfectly as is that guy whose ear gets chopped off. And then, of course, the janitor gets mad because he keeps getting typecasted and ended up chucking his pocket full of ears at Ben. And that was our skit. So, David, great minds think alike.
That's good. I like
Tamara Gonsalves. Hey, everyone. Hey, Tamara. Tomorrow was kids Darian and Lillian.
Darian and Lillian.
I may have gotten that wrong. Ellie, again, Easter brain. But they were at our real life church. So, hey, thanks for watching.
Oh, wow. Awesome. It's so good to see you.
So go to agncn.org/kids to register for camp today. The teenagers have already maxed out their camp. Kids, we want to max out our kids' camp. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. There's going to be a ton of stuff. Why does the janitor make me think of the janitor on UHF? John, that is a really great question. And there is honestly the UHF, I would say the movie UHF and School of Rock are the 2 greatest inspirational movies to me that have shaped the way we do kids ministry.
Right.
Like, I do this all the time where I'm quoting Jack Black, or I'm not quoting, I'm kind of imitating Jack Black and his methods. And UHF, the whole like Uncle Spadowski Clubhouse, like all of that, so much. Like it's like, you know, every time we do something on stage, it's like, oops, just call me Mr. Butterfingers. You know, it's like such a great movie for kids.
I'm going to get a bunch of clips. Well, maybe inspiration for kids ministers. Well, I don't.
Inspiration for kids ministers. Not that you do this stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely like a watch it with adults thing. But so also, you know, one thing that I learned yesterday is how many people get confused with the person who gets the ear cut off.
Yes,
in the Bible.
I didn't know this.
I don't remember. Was it The Chosen that messed everybody's brains up?
A lot of people think it's the Roman centurion
or a guard,
that got his
but
ears
it was
chopped
not.
off, but it was the high priest's servant.
Yeah, but like,
but I think. But now I'm confused.
Right, but no, you're right. It's the high priest servant. But I guess that there's a confusion because I remember being like, well, yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah, it was the high priest servant. But where did the centurion come from?
Well, maybe he was guarding.
I know what it was. I'm so sorry. It just hit my brain. You remember the Thorn? The play? In the play The Thorn, they show it as a Roman centurion.
Okay.
Messed me up.
Well, the Thorn is not sponsoring this show. We have no sponsors.
Well, they're incorrect.
For this show. We have no sponsors.
No.
All right, it's time to go to Vault Video. This is an oldie but a goodie. We played this yesterday. Caleb and I produced this way back during COVID days. I think this was like 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
This was for an Easter service, an explanation of how the cost of sin, or how to overcome sin, and what the significance of the death of Christ on the cross meant for us for eternity.
Yeah.
So this is a little thing we called Story Doodles. For those of you that run kids programs, this is so easy to do. You just get your iPhone, you set it up on a holder, shoot it straight down. You have one goofy guy withdrawing, another guy who's trying to tell the story, and you just have fun with it. What you're about to see was all one take, and it was not scripted. Okay, all we knew was the story we wanted to share about how the cross relates to us spending eternity with Him in heaven. So here's our vault video of the day.
We have, that's us.
Let's give him one of those eight. We're gonna first draw a cliff.
Okay.
Here's the cliff. There's a giant chasm.
We're here, right? So we have, that's us.
Let's give him one of those Abe Lincoln style hats.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, he's gotta have a beard. We're trying to get to the big prize.
Okay. So we got a big prize. Big prize.
Oh, by the way, there's water down here.
Okay.
And there's sharks, right?
Sure, because that's
And
what
one of the sharks jump out of the water.
And this is what's keeping us from the prize.
Oh, he's got his little boots too. He got his little boots. He's got boots on there. Because all good swashbucklers have boots.
Okay, you know what this shark's name is?
What?
S-I-N. That's what keeps us from the big prize.
Wait, so sin
Yes.
is keeping us from the big prize.
Yes, this is all that. Yes.
Can we? He's got really bad breath, by the way,
Okay.
and that's what sin has, a bad smell to it. You know, you ever heard of the term raining tanks? Right?
Nobody's ever heard of that term.
Okay. Well, I have.
Okay, so that is what is keeping him from
Right.
leaping over this chasm.
Correct.
Okay, got it. So now there's only one way to get across, though, right?
What's that?
And that's that when Jesus came and died, He provided us.
Whoa, wait a second. You're saying?
He provided us a way across that is only through His sacrifice that we can now walk across and get the big prize. There's an Easter egg inside there, by the way.
And that means Abraham Lincoln is now at the big prize, and sin has been defeated. You know when I did that? Darren Fisher, Bible Project has nothing. Whoa! Okay,
That's
now,
very kind.
Now, very kind, Darren. Thank you so much. And I want sponsors now.
Yep, now we're sponsored by Buc-ee's officially.
No, but we do these story doodles, and we're going to be doing a lot more. You guys, Nut House season 1 is officially launching soon, and we have story doodles coming. We've got action figure theater. We've got all kinds of stuff. Science time, 2 side jobs, Chud and Dolphin Boys video game reviews. Oh my goodness, there's so much coming. But when Caleb and I do these, we know what the Bible story we want to tell is, and my job, I feel like, is just not to frustrate Caleb, but to cause him to be so confused.
Yes.
And that's just if I can cause him to get interrupted, to cause him to stall or whatever, to freeze or break.
Overload his brain.
When he started laughing about no one's ever said that none of that stuff's scripted. It's just us just doing it. And then we do edit it down a little bit if we go on too long, like I'm doing right now. But no, that's a lot of fun. And if you can do that, it's just a thing that I love doing, because the kids hear your voice, they see your hand, you get to do it, go in there, and it doesn't, obviously we don't have to be a professional artist, because we are not. But it's just a lot of fun. It's a fun way to tell the Bible stories, Now,
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you think that there was kids ministries in 1100?
No.
Why not?
I think that kids ministry as we know it today started in the 1970s.
70s? That makes sense. But why? Why is it a new idea? I feel like this would be an idea that should have been around for a while, right?
I'm guessing at this point, but I think that kids ministries, it was perceived like the family would traditionally go to church. They would all sit in the pews together. They would worship together. and the moms would always historically bring like snacks or doodle pads for the kids to draw on.
Really?
And I think there was
Are
a
you
realization.
are you talking like 1100, or are you talking?
That's a good thing to research, actually.
That's actually I want to figure this out.
Probably know
Okay.
this out. I want to research this too. We're gonna get down to the.
I'll get back to you next
Yeah,
week.
we're gonna get back like right here. Yeah.
There we go.
That's Sparkles, by the way, and the voice
Thank
of
you,
Sparkles is here
Sparkles.
with us today. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I think that there was finally a realization that kids just need to see things, hear things, learn, experience things differently in order to understand.
Yes. Now there was, and also people were different back then. I mean, I feel like by the time you
Yeah.
were 9, you were extremely busy with work. You were working, right? The moment you could.
Yeah,
It's just, things
sure.
were different. Times are different. Things are
Right.
better now.
Right.
So
Yeah, you can force a kid to listen, but you can't force him to learn.
that's true.
Take that to the bank.
All right, I
And
like it.
sponsor our show.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right, we need to get to the book. Here's our book intro of the month, or book of the month.
Book of the month.
All right, our book is Creating Theatrical Magic by the one and only Max Howard. This is a hard book to find because I don't know if you can buy it outright anymore. When I bought this from Max Howard at a conference,
Yeah.
he wasn't printing anymore.
Wow.
But you can still find these on different book resellers.
Yep.
It comes with a DVD. They encourage you to watch the DVD, then read the book, and watch the DVD and hit pause while you read the book because
Sure.
it's broken up into kind of a scripting format. But I want to read you something today that this is something I'm a real stickler for. Ben, you want to put it back on my panel there? So
Yes,
I can
we'll
forward it.
do. Sorry, I was trying to look up
That's all right.
the book.
Okay, so I'm a real stickler for this. When it comes to stage, curtain, backstage, I need it to be clean, organized, and well thought out. Because when we're in live production, you don't want to be held up by a mic that's placed wrong, or you're fumbling for a bag, or having to walk off stage because you forgot something. Everything needs to be intentional. And I
Right.
believe that if you're organized on your stage and in the backstage, then there's gonna be room for ad lib or improv or even the Holy Spirit to move. But if you're unorganized, then everything seems chaotic. But I love what he wrote here. It's called The War Wizard. And don't lose your minds. It's not wizards and like witchcraft and all stuff. It's not what he's talking about. But it says, as the audience enters, the front curtain is up. The Great Southern Sleight of Hand show, as performed by Gus Rich, was seldom presented in an actual theater and lacking usual stage equipment such as a front curtain. Performances were more informal. How many of you guys know that in most churches today, there's not really a dedicated kid space where they can have a stage and a curtain? They're in a classroom, or they're in a multi-purpose room they have to repurpose throughout the week, or some are even in they're only, the rooms are only used on Sundays and they're transformed, so they don't have the luxury of maybe a stage. Well, if that's you, then this is for you. To help create the conditions and atmosphere more nearly like those facing Gus, we also choose to work without a front curtain.
Right.
Using color gels for the lights at low level intensity, we approximate the atmosphere produced in the late 19th century when indoor light, including theaters, was from gas lights, oil lamps, and candles. Very useful for working with threads too. For our show to succeed, a theatrical setting in which real life characters can live and perform believably is essential. Gus and Jim are real people living in a real world, expressing real emotions and living a truthful life. Like all characters in all plays, they require a context, an environment that supports them historically, thematically, visually, and stylistically. Otherwise, their stage world is in conflict with the truth of them, and they cannot succeed. Performing in front of plain black drapes, which also absorb the light, using a few side tables, magic store props, and make-do costumes is not only unoriginal and boring, it also robs the experience of visual interest, atmosphere, charm, believability, and dramatic truth. That is why of the 8 crates in which our show travels, the smallest one, measuring 18 by 24 by 10, contains the props, the tricks, while the other 7 are for costumes and scenery. It is not only worth the effort, it is essential. So
Wow.
consider your stage space, and consider that whatever's on stage with you is essential to the believability of the characters you're portraying. So you don't have to go crazy and make all these crazy props, but what he's saying is more important than the tricks is the environment in which the performer is performing. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. When I first went to Destiny, Eric, we were having to redo our whole stage, and Eric said, "What do you want for a stage? We have a budget for this." And I said, "I need about 60 boxes.
That's
So
right.
we went to Home Depot, and my stage budget was spent on 60 boxes. And we took these boxes and we stacked them like Lego blocks, you know, and like Jenga blocks on both ends. And we stacked them in the front, we stacked them in the back, and we put a black curtain to hide the doorway. And that way characters could come in, and like we were doing a karate series, so characters could come in and jump through the boxes. We could land on the boxes. And if we broke a box, we're at $1.50, you know?
Right.
And I always said that, you know, instead of having a set that costs thousands upon thousands of dollars, I always thought if a small church were to come in here, I could say you could have this entire set for like $200, right? And so just know who your characters are, know who you are, and then make your space fit and adapt who you are. You don't need expensive stuff, but you can use your creativity. So
Absolutely.
There we go. That's our book of the month. Again, it's one of my favorite books I have in my collection. So coffee is important. Hey, Pastor Scott is in the house. Scott Tuttle's a good friend of mine, working from the district days. And yes, coffee is important, especially.
Come on.
Schmuckies. It's a good place to visit and get coffee. Oh, tri-tip also. Thanks for watching, Scott. I miss you, man.
You know, I just wish we had that video. What was that segment you had with Pastor Scott with coffee? Usually
it's
involved
Confessions of a Coffee Junkie.
That's right, Confessions of a Coffee Junkie.
Of a Coffee Junkie. Wow, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, well,
What's that?
I just haven't hit my mind. I was like,
Yeah, lots of good times back in the days. I want to go to, before we bring on a last-minute, very special guest today, I want to go back and look a little bit behind the scenes. All right, Ben?
All right.
So we're going to take apart a video. This is from one of our Mr. Baghead stunt videos, just so you guys can see some of the fun that goes into making some of these videos. But this is, and again, Ben, I was supposed to put music into this, and I forgot. Scott, thank you for missing me, too. You drew me in with the coffee. I have a feeling Scott wasn't even watching. Like, he was like, working on his shoe in his repair shop.
In the Ethereum.
He was being a cobbler, right? Working on his shoe and putting nails in like they used to do in the old times. And all of a sudden he hears me sipping coffee. And his ears went, and he went running in and logged in. I don't know, somehow.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
If you guys are ever in Vacaville, go to Pastor Scott Tuttle's church because he's a great man.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. What do you got for us?
Behind the scenes. Yeah, and I have to do the voiceover for it because I forgot, or the music for it with my mouth because I forgot to.
Oh, boy. Not
Here we
again.
go. What's that? Ding.
Action!
Ready?
Okay, you could hear us in the background yelling, "Yeah, baby, woo!" Because that tire was like I don't know, 300 pounds.
Yeah, it was
a
huge.
tractor tire, and we rolled it down the hill behind our church. And I wasn't thinking what would happen. We had a GoPro attached to the side of it, and I wasn't thinking if that lands on the side of the GoPro, it'll break my GoPro, and we're done with that shot, right? And we had the camera literally duct taped to the side of this tire. And
Yeah.
we put our stunt dummy in it, and I realized how awesome this was because not only did there was a giant ravine just on the other side of where that stopped, and it happened to hit a big log that was laying down or a fallen tree, and it happened to stop and land right side up, and everything just worked flawlessly.
Right.
One shot, one take, and we got the shot. And I realized afterwards, I was like, guys, if that would have messed up, we wouldn't have been able to push that tire back up
No
the hill.
way,
And my camera
yeah.
would have been busted. And there was just so much that we were just like, praying and saying, God, just let this work out, please.
Yeah, I wish. Do we have I don't know if you got this, but do you have the whole thing? The whole.
We've shown it before. You
We
can go on
have,
our
yes.
YouTube channel.
Yes.
And go and look up the Mr. Baghead's tire stunt. If you go to Squirrely Joe on YouTube, and I would love to have. You know what, Ben? We need to put a little banner so people know what YouTube channel to go to.
Yeah, I agree. We should.
So, all right, we have one segment left.
All right.
Just one segment, and before we go there, Ben, we do have a special guest,
Oh, we do.
but we have a special guest, and the special guest is more special than the special guest. So the special guest is going to come on first.
Okay.
And guess who it is?
I'm
It's
throwing out
Nicolas
just a wild
Cage.
guess. It's Nicolas Cage. Oh,
Hey, Ben.
Oh, Mr. Cage.
Hey, how's it going?
It's an honor. I loved you in that one movie.
I'm Nick Cage.
Yeah, in National Treasure. That's
Hey,
right.
check it out.
Yeah, what are you? What are
I'm
we checking out?
sponsored by Gucci.
Sponsored by Gucci. Well, that's pretty cool. Are you sure you can
My
afford that?
Gucci hat, Ben. It's my Gucci hat.
Okay.
And also, Gucci glasses.
Oh, okay. Are you sure you can afford those still? I feel like it's been a while
Yeah, I
since.
stole the Declaration of the Treasure.
Wonderful. Thank you,
I'm Nick
Mr.
Cage.
Thank you for
Hi,
being on our
Ben.
show. What?
Okay, for those of you wondering, like, what in the world? I think we literally lost. Like, people are like done with us after this.
No.
You can for a lot of money, you can purchase digital puppets that are
Yeah.
controlled with like an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller.
Yes,
and those are great
cool.
and everything. That's fine.
This was very
But
cheap,
this
very easy.
literally now there was a delay in because of the way that this presentation stuff works. But you can use ProPresenter and make it to where the toggle switch on your keyboard, you can like make it like a puppet mouth that opens really quick.
Right, yeah.
So the mouth would open and close really quickly, and you can create your very own digital puppets with Photoshop. It's that easy.
You used to interrupt story time with Colonel Sanders.
Yes, Colonel Sanders would always interrupt with "Eat More Chicken," and the kids love it. And you can create different characters. You can turn puppets out of kids. So get your phone, take a photo of someone's face, or download an image off the internet. Do a little photoshopping, mouth open, mouth closed, and then you can create your own digital puppets for essentially free.
Yeah, pretty
So,
much.
there
It's
you
awesome.
go. That's
Totally
there.
worth it.
All right, now our special guest. I'm going to go to me for a second.
Okay.
He's the voice of Sparkles. He's from Texas, and but now moving back. Am I allowed to say that? I hope I am allowed to say that. I'll get in trouble.
I think so.
With his parental unit if it wasn't supposed to say that. But used to be a part of our kids program. Very excited. Hudson, how's it going, Hudson?
Hi, Hudson.
Oh, hi. So sorry.
There we go.
Hudson, get in there. Get in there close.
There we go. I got your microphone.
There we go.
They'll be able to hear you. Yeah.
Hey, Hudson, how's it going?
Good.
Okay, Hudson, get a little lower. Get your face a little closer to the camera, would you? In
There we
fact, you
go.
know what? Just pick the camera up.
Oh,
and
wait,
hold it
yeah.
to
I
your
can
face.
just like.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Just go like that. Yeah.
There you go. Oh, that's wrong.
Just kind of keep it that direction.
There.
This. Hold it like that. There we
There you go.
Hey, Hudson.
You just hold the
Hi.
camera.
Hey, you went to Easter Sunday, right?
I did.
Okay, what was your favorite part about Easter Sunday?
The laser maze.
You're supposed to say the resurrection of Christ.
So,
Well, that too.
that too.
That too. All right. So what? That's the question.
What?
What? I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah. So we like the laser maze. Oh yeah.
What did
wanna
you like
talk
about the laser maze?
Like your favorite part. Like
What,
what about it was cool?
The lasers.
The lasers.
The
What were they
lasers.
like? Can you describe them for everybody?
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Felt like a ninja.
That's
You
true.
felt, oh yes, you felt like a ninja. So, you went to our Easter services. We learned about the resurrection of Christ. Tell me, we know what your favorite part was, but what are some things that we could do better?
Yes.
What are ways that we can make Easter Sunday even better from your perspective, Mr. Hudson?
I don't know. It was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
What are things that
what
we
about it? What is something that if it was there, it would be like even better?
Yeah, like what could we do to make it even better?
I don't know.
You don't know.
don't
Nothing.
know.
You say nothing we could do better.
Yeah.
So that means we're perfect.
Yes.
Oh well, thank you.
We're not perfect. We're far from it.
Yeah.
Hey, Hudson, you wanna try some coffee? Want to try some coffee?
Is that what I think it is?
It is. Where's this from, Hudson?
Smuckies.
This from Wasn't
Haven't you been listening?
it you that introduced me to this little fine eating establishment right here? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, so tell us, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's one of the number one questions you ask a kid is, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah. It's a hard question too.
It's pretty easy. I
Okay.
don't want to say it though.
Oh, but I want to know it.
A YouTuber then.
A YouTuber.
YouTuber? That's
Hey,
awesome.
guess what? You're on YouTube right now.
I know.
You're
You've just
practically a
accomplished
YouTube
your life
right
dreams.
Now,
Now you can retire. What do you want to do on YouTube?
Make videos.
Okay, like what kind of videos?
Cool videos.
Cool videos. All right. All right, what'd you learn about today? It's also the top question you ask kids.
That's another hard question.
That's a hard question.
That is a hard question.
That's a hard question.
Also, one last question for you. You are the voice of Sparkles, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where is the character going next? What's next up for Sparkles?
I don't really know.
Who's Sparkles' friend?
The Great Zamboni.
So, what adventure are the Great Zamboni and Sparkles going to go on next? You say it, and it happens. What should they do?
Or ride on a mountain to meet elves.
They go on a mountaintop to meet elves.
Yeah.
Like Christmas elves? Like
Yeah, Christmas elves.
Okay, so
Nice.
I think in the next Santa hat, Zamboni and Sparkles should meet Christmas elves.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez,
Okay.
I like it. That's a good one.
Do you have any questions for Hudson, Ben?
I don't know.
Okay,
Yes.
you don't know? Okay, I have something I want to do.
You have something
I
you
want
want
to
to
play
do?
a sound effect.
Okay.
And
Oh.
Hudson, I know you can't hear this because you're not wearing headphones, but we're going to
I
have
know what it
Sparkles
is.
say bruh, and then you're going to say bruh, and I want to see how similar they are.
goodness.
Okay.
Because I think there's some people that don't believe you're the voice of Sparkles, the rabbit. All right, so here we go. Here's the sound effect.
Okay,
All
there's
right,
that.
now
There we
you go. Now you go.
Bruh!
That's perfect.
I think it was exactly perfect.
That was exactly
All of you
perfect.
doubters out there, Hudson is the real voice of
Let
Sparkles.
me do something. Let me do
Okay,
something.
here we go.
Okay, what are you doing?
Hi, I'm Sparkles.
That was
There you go.
incredible.
That's perfect.
3, 2, 1, skadoosh!
Perfect.
That's exactly how the Sparkle sounds.
Yep.
You're really good at this. I love
That's
it.
awesome.
Hudson,
Good job,
thank you so
Hudson.
much. We're going to give a round of applause
Round of
because
applause.
it's thank you Hudson for coming on our show. That's it for us. That's our show. Does anyone else have any questions before we dismiss this this thing?
I have a question.
Yes.
What are we doing next week?
What are we doing next week? We're going to show a skit that we did. Now, we're not going to show the skit. We're going to talk about it, show pictures of something that we did. We got inspired from Jimmy Fallon on his
Yes.
show, and it was a gamble, but it turned out awesome. And I
was
think it's
so
one of my
much
favorite
fun.
things we've done in kids ministry because it turned out so epically awesome.
Right.
The other thing we're going to do is we're going to interview an entire youth group staff. So there's children's ministries and there's youth ministries, and we're going to talk about how the two can actually work together.
Right.
And so an entire crew is going to join us next week on In My Head, episode 11 of season 3. So in the meantime, and Mr. Hudson, don't go anywhere. I'm going to have you exit us with a bruh and a skadoosh. All right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. But I just want to say thanks for watching. You guys are the best part of the show. Be inspired. Send us questions, and if you, I would love to interview everyone that can I say everyone that watches this? Is that even possible?
Oh yeah. The Verdue.
Hey,
is here.
Dave
Woo!
Verdue, awesome stuff. I have to say, okay, thank you, Dave. Thank you for sending a comment. Did you guys know that I wouldn't even be here? Like, I would probably be working at a Gap, a Baby Gap. Is that weird?
I mean, I can't see it, but yeah.
I don't know what I would do. But Dave Verdue is the man who asked me if I would consider working in kids ministry, and I said no, because working with kids is weird, and that's what I said. I think I said something to that effect.
Yeah.
And then he had me be in a play, and I remember liking the way that people laughed when I did something funny. And then he said, "You can do that in kids ministry, and kids will laugh." And I remember coming into kids ministry and doing stuff. And I remember one of the very first lessons that he taught me was it was my turn to speak on a Sunday morning. And Dave, thank you for commenting, so it reminded me of this. It was actually something that has stuck with me all these years. The first thing out of my mouth when I started speaking to kids was, guys, I was working and I didn't get a lot of time to prepare my lesson. And so I'm sorry if this isn't very good. And Dave's in the back of the room going, TMI. Just go, man. Just go.
Just go
speak.
for it.
Just
Go
speak.
for it.
Stop. Just stop this madness. And, and it's still something that I still have to remind myself of. And what's helped is when I do all the video editing, I find myself wanting to wish I could edit what I say because sometimes I feel like I talk too much, like probably right now. But Dave, thanks for watching and being a part of this. You guys are all so amazing and awesome. You guys truly are the best thing about what we do and why we do this. The reason why we do this is because like what happened in Vegas last week when we met with all of our friends, the Richters and Kiana and so many others, and Jason Vargas, and we walked around, we talked, we went to shows, we had dinner. We're all in this together for kids, and without all of us doing this together, then I don't know, what am I saying, Ben? What are we doing? It's
Yeah.
not about one of us. It's about
Teamwork.
It's teamwork.
Teamwork for God, right?
What is the saying? Teamwork makes the dreams
dream-
come alive.
Yes. That rhymes too, so it's perfect. It
Rhymes.
flows right off the top.
All right, so we're gonna close out the show.
right.
Let me get a bruh and a sparkles.
Yes, one more.
Are
Here you go.
Skadoosh?
3, 2, 1, bruh!
There you
And
go.
Skadoosh. Give me a skadoosh.
Skadoosh!
There we go.